Welcome everyone. We'll continue with the experiment, Michelson and Stahl experiment, which was done to prove that the replication of DNA is in semi-conservative model. The replication of DNA is semi-conservative model. So Michelson and Stahl, they both did experiment by taking E. coli and isotopes of nitrogen. I have already said you nitrogen two isotopes N14 and N15. So these two are the isotopes of nitrogen. Nitrogen is the constituent of the DNA. N15 is heavier one and N14 is a little lighter. N14 is a lighter isotope. So what we have done is, these two scientists, they have taken E. coli. They have taken E. coli. Bacteria they have taken. Two medium they have taken. Okay, in one medium it is nitrogen N15. This is N15 and this is N14. They have grown bacteria, E. coli bacteria, in few E. coli bacteria in N15 medium and few E. coli bacteria in N14 medium. So when they grew this E. coli in N15 medium, okay, when they grew E. coli in N15 medium, and when this, after growing here, when they were taken out, the DNA of this N15, it was not the normal nitrogen. The nitrogen of the DNA has changed to N15. Now DNA was consisting of N15 nitrogen instead of normal nitrogen. Normal nitrogen was replaced by N15. When the same thing was done with the N14, the E. coli were grown in N14 medium. Now the E. coli which were grown in N15 medium, when we have taken the DNA from the that is E. coli which was grown in N14, the DNA was having N14 nitrogen. The DNA was having N14 nitrogen. First, this E. coli, the DNA was there, it was having normal nitrogen. It was having normal nitrogen. Now this normal that is E. coli containing normal nitrogen in their DNA, they have been put into a medium, that is medium where we have N15 nitrogen. Now they have taken this medium, they have grown inside this medium, and after growing, when you take out this E. coli, take out the E. coli. Now E. coli will be having DNA now you check this DNA. Instead of normal DNA, we find the DNA with N15 nitrogen. The nitrogen of the DNA, normal nitrogen has been replaced with N15. Same was done with the bacteria. E. coli with normal nitrogen, they have been placed in a medium which was having N14 nitrogen. So when we take out this E. coli and check the DNA, instead of normal nitrogen, the DNA of the E. coli was showing N14. It was showing N14. If I say this one, if they have put in N14 medium, the DNA was showing N14 nitrogen. When the E. coli was put in N15, the DNA was showing N15 nitrogen. The normal DNA was replaced by N15 here. Normal DNA was replaced by N14 here. Now they want to see whether there is difference between these two or not. How to see the difference? They have centrifugated it. Centrifugation they have taken. Now they have put this on the centrifugation on a very high speed. It was spun. So now when it was spun at very high speed, now all the DNA which was having heavy nitrogen, this N15 is the heavier one, they settle near the center, because heavier will not move too farther, heavier will be near only. So all this heavier containing nitrogen, that is DNA which was containing heavier nitrogen, it was accumulated near the center. And this one, I said you N14 is the lighter one. Lighter one will be moving farther. So all the lighter nitrogen, that is DNA which was consisting of lighter nitrogen, they were accumulated at the periphery of the plate. A plate was taken and it was rotated at very high speed. A plate was taken and on this we have put this one N14 and N15, and when it was rotated at very high speed, now N15 being the heavier, they settle near the center, and N14 being the lighter, they move far away and they settle near the periphery. So this was the normal. Now what they did was, first thing, they have grown E. coli. They have taken the medium. First they did this. Now they started. First they did this and see, I have seen this, that is we can separate it and all. Now what they did was, they have taken N15 medium and have grown E. coli. First thing what they did was, E. coli was grown for many generations in N15. That is, E. coli was grown for many generations in this which medium? N15 medium. In N15 medium, E. coli was grown for many generations. We all know E. coli will take 20 minutes to divide. For one generation it will take 20 minutes. Within 20 minutes we get one generation. Okay. Then second generation, after 40 minutes you get second generation. After 60 minutes you get third generation. 20 minutes you get first generation. Within 40 minutes you get second generation. Within 60 minutes you get third generation, because E. coli will take only 20 minutes to divide. A daughter cell will be born after 20 minutes. Now again that daughter cell will again produce a new daughter cell within 20 minutes. So like this, first generation will get in 20 minutes, second generation we get in 40 minutes. So like this, for many generations bacteria was grown in N15 medium. Now after growing this bacteria in the N15 medium, now the bacteria which was consisting, now when we grow this bacteria in the N15 medium, the DNA of the bacteria is having N15 nitrogen. When we have grown the bacteria for many generations in N15 nitrogen, so the DNA was of the bacteria was having which nitrogen? N15 nitrogen, because bacteria are grown in N15 nitrogen only. So that is why the DNA was also having N15 nitrogen. Okay. Now we have taken the bacteria with N15 nitrogen in their DNA. We have taken the bacteria. First thing what we did was, we have grown E. coli for many generations in N15. Many generations in N15. So we have got many E. coli which was having this N15 nitrogen in their DNA. Now this E. coli which were grown in N15, they have been transferred to another medium, that is, they have been transferred to N14. They have been transferred to N14. E. coli with only N15 in their DNA, E. coli which was having N15 nitrogen in their DNA, has been transferred to N14. Till now we were growing in N15. Now this DNA, that is bacteria from N15, they have been taken from N15 and have been transferred to N14 medium. The bacteria till now which were growing in N15 medium has now been transferred to which medium? N14 medium. For example, this was there. This bacteria was growing in N15 medium. Now a plate with which medium? N14. N14 medium. This is N14 medium. Okay, N14 medium. Now we have put this bacteria which was having, now this is the bacteria with N15 nitrogen in their DNA. So we have taken this bacteria which was having N15 nitrogen in their DNA and have put inside this N14 medium, and have put inside the N14 medium. Then it was allowed to divide. So afterwards E. coli were allowed to divide in this N14 medium. Now what we were doing is we were taking samples. After one generation, see here, this was one E. coli. After 20 minutes, it produced, instead of one, it produced 2 E. coli. So this was taken as sample. Okay, this was taken as sample. Then again after 10 more minutes, now instead 4 will be there. So we have taken this as sample. Now after 60 minutes, so this has been taken as a sample. At every interval, now after every generation, we were taking one sample from them. One sample from them. So E. coli were allowed to divide, that is cells were allowed to do cell division, and every time after every generation we were collecting the samples. So here after one generation 2 was there. So we have collected 1. Then again this cell was able to divide. So it has divided and produced second generation. Now we have taken 1 sample from the second generation. Then others were allowed to divide. So when they divided, we have got the third generation. We have taken a sample from the third generation. So like this we have taken the samples. So what results we have got? Sample was taken and DNA was extracted. We took out this bacteria, and from the bacteria we have extracted the DNA. So what result we got? After first generation, when this was allowed to divide now, when this N15, the bacteria with N15 nitrogen was allowed to divide in this N14 nitrogen, when we got first generation, after 20 minutes, when we got this first generation, now what was the result of first generation? The first generation was showing intermediate density. First generation was showing intermediate density. Intermediate density means half of the DNA was N14 and half of the DNA was N15. So it is a hybrid. Intermediate means hybrid DNA we got. In first generation we got hybrid DNA. Hybrid means a mix of both N14 and N15. After first generation, that is after it was allowed to grow in N14 medium, when we took the sample after first generation. So when we extracted the DNA from the E. coli, so what type of DNA it was? It was a hybrid DNA. It was a hybrid DNA. It was a mixture of both N14 as well as N15. So N14 and N15. So at the end of first generation we got intermediate density. Okay. Now when we took the sample for second generation after 40 minutes, when we have taken the sample, now what we have got after second generation? So after second generation we have got equal amounts of DNA with different densities. Different densities. One was totally N14. One was totally N14 and we got equal amounts of DNA with different densities, equal DNA. So two type we got. One was total N14 and one was here a mixture of N14 and N15. We got two types of densities. In generation 1 we have got only one type of density, which was hybrid. It was a mixture of both N14 and N15. Okay, after second generation we have got two different densities. Here only one density we got. Here we got two different densities and two in equal amounts. For example, if we have got 100 bacteria, out of 100 bacteria, now 50 were showing N14, only N14. Two different densities. Now out of two different densities, one is only N15, that is 50% are showing only N15 and remaining 50% are showing. So what different means? Two densities we have got. One is only N14, not 15, only N14, and another is mixture of N14 plus N15. N14 plus N15. N15, pure N15 has been eliminated. We have got pure N14. We have got mixture of N14 and N15, but pure N15 was eliminated. Pure N15 was eliminated. Here it was pure N15. When we put this in N14, then we have got a hybrid of N14 and N15. The same when allowed to divide after generations, we got is equal amount with two different densities. So like this when we generations. So according to this Michelson and Stahl, they said that DNA is semi-conservative. DNA is semi-conservative. So when we consider a DNA as conservative, not instead of semi-conservative, when we consider DNA as conservative, according to conservative DNA hypothesis, there generation 1 should have either N15 or N14. Three hypotheses are there. First is conservative hypothesis, second is dispersive hypothesis, and the third is semi-conservative hypothesis. For DNA, three hypotheses we have. Okay, how the DNA replicates, three hypotheses we have. Conservative hypothesis, here dispersive hypothesis and semi-conservative hypothesis. Okay, so according to conservative hypothesis, if we consider DNA as the conservative, in conservative now there should not be any intermediate, either it should be N14 or either it should be N15, but instead of this we have got N14 and N15 mixture. So if there is a mixture, then there is no pure N14, there is no pure N15. So there is a mixture, so that means there is no conservative model of that is hypothesis have been ruled out, because according to conservative, ya to that is we would have got only N15 or only N14. There was no intermediate in conservative. So DNA is not conservative. Replication of DNA is not conservative. Now coming to the second one, dispersive hypothesis. According to dispersive hypothesis, each DNA should be a mixture of both density. Each DNA should be a mixture of both. But here, is there a mixture of both? We have got totally N14 here. Half is totally N14, half is a mixture. It should not have been like this. Half should not have, it should not have been N14. It should have been only this mixture. What we have got is half N14 and half mixture. According to dispersive hypothesis, both 100%. See here, out of 100%, 50% was N14 and 50% was N14 plus N15. But according to that is dispersive hypothesis, according to this hypothesis, this should not be N14. This should be N14 and N15, and this other 50 should also be N15 and N14. But here in this case we have seen that one is N14, one is hybrid, and one is totally N14. Whole DNA is not a hybrid. Half is hybrid, half is other type of other density. So this is also ruled out. That is dispersive hypothesis is also ruled out. According to conservative, if conservative is there, then we won't be getting this. If we see this, according to conservative model, if we see this now, then we should not have got this. But if we see with dispersive hypothesis, we should have got this, but we should not have got this. Both of this should have been the mixture. So that means if we get the mixture, that means the DNA is semi-conservative. The DNA is semi-conservative. In the semi-conservative, half of the parent strand and half from the complementary strand. So the DNA is semi-conservative. So with this experiment, Michelson and Stahl have proved that the DNA replication of DNA is semi-conservative, not conservative or dispersive. The replication of DNA is semi-conservative. In the next class, we will see how the replication takes place. We said that replication is semi-conservative. How that semi-conservative replication will take place, we will see in the next class.